Hey guys, my name is Helen eBay and I'm really excited to be with you guys today and to share a little bit of what I know with you guys, and it's such an honor to be able to do this. And today I just want to talk about how I approach improvisation, like the key things that you probably will hear in the way that I improvise and how I do it. And I hope that you guys learn one or two things from this. This kind of topic is really vast because there's no one way to do it. Different people have different ideas that work for them, and that is fine. You can just learn different things from different places and just add them together, take what you take, remove what you remove, and make your own sound from it. I like to think of improvisation like telling a story. And you want to tell the story in the most interesting way possible. You want to keep people's attention, you want to keep people entertained, you want to inspire them. So there are a lot of factors to consider when telling the story. For me, the first thing that I like to do is take it slow. Taking it slow means I like to build up. Imagine you're telling a story and the first thing you just say is, so the lion ate the tiger, the end. It's like, okay, so where did the lion come from? Where was the tiger? Like you want to take people through the process, and that is the essence of improvisation, right? It's just like create a base, a melody that I can start with, something like this. So there I just created like a line that I just played like twice. So that's my bass, that's my melody. I can solo and then go back to that melody later, which I actually did in that video. Some other times I like to start with octaves. I like to take it slow. I like to build up. Another thing that I do when I'm improvising to keep the things interesting is repetition. When you repeat a phrase or a couple of notes over and over and over, it kind of creates some kind of tension, just like in this video. That's really important to me is phrasing. It's kind of like your fingerprint. Your phrasing kind of involves your attack, articulation, the techniques you use, hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, your bends, vibrato. All of this will determine how your phrasing comes out. You want to be able to have as much control as possible over all of these things. So the idea for me is not just about learning skills. It is trying to make those ideas that I learned, trying to make those skills sound as musical as possible, that even someone that doesn't understand music, even someone that's not a musician, can actually like relate to the music. That is what I like to do. I like to play sweet, I like to play soulful, I like to sound as musical as I can. Let's just use something for example. Let's just say D minor. Imagine you put on a backing track and then all you're playing is just like that. Doesn't sound musical at all. It doesn't. It's just at the time it gets like tiring and just boring. So what I want to kind of talk about is how you can break out of that scalar and robotic playing and just sound musical and fluid when you play. So instead of playing all day long, what I would do is take a rhythmic or melodic phrase. In this case it's called a motif, for example. Take that little phrase or that little motif and run it through the scale. So you have something like that. Sounds a little bit more musical. So you can actually extend this to the second position of the minor pentatonic. This is the first position if you know it. The second position will be slide, you can hammer on, you can pull off, like vibrato too. And then you can kind of take two positions and just extend them like this. So if you know your position 5 of the minor pentatonic, you know that it's this. So you can even extend the phrase a bit. The goal is to try to create phrases, no matter how simple they sound. In a lot of my playing, I also try to incorporate this call and response thing. When I play something and I play something else to, like, not counter it, but just give it more meaning, give the first thing that I played more meaning. For example, a phrase like this. So it's like call and response, or question and answer, whatever you want to call it. When you play something, it will lead to another, it will lead to another. Like, it's just like a ripple effect. You can even play something on one octave and play it on another octave, like. Another thing that helps is note choice. You want to be able to play the right notes against a given chord, and one thing that I know that can help is knowing intervals. And how I learn intervals is like singing some of my phrases, like for example, so you want to be able to think about a phrase and play them. Muscle memory is good, but you know, sometimes it's just good to be able to hear something in your head and play. Practicing your intervals can help you do that. Like say, let's just take this as a root now, right? So if it's soft notations, you have do sa do mi do re do la do so do la do do. For improvisation, I think it starts inward. If you can internalize it, if you can imagine what you play, how it will sound like, then it will be easy for you to just like put it out. Well, that's what I think. It is your improvisation. Remember that you can do whatever you want, but you have to know the rules first before you can break them. Also, as an improviser, it's important for you to know chords, because you don't just improvise into thin air. You are improvising over a chord progression. So you want to make sure that your notes are, embellishing those chords, and you want to make sure that most of the times that you are deliberately enhancing those chord tones, and it makes it all the more interesting. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you have any questions, please contact me and I will try to answer them. This is a very vast topic. We can't cover everything in one lesson. I hope that at least you were able to learn something. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.